Hello and welcome to the vlog. I've turned round on myself and backtracked slightly. At the end of the last cruising video I got to Fradley Junction, but I've now gone back down the Coventry to King's Orchard Marina, which we went past in that last cruising video. Why, you may ask? It's a good question. Because I'm picking up a special guest for today's vlog. Her name's Karen, aka Travelling K. She is a caravan vlogger from New Zealand, so she travels around in her caravan, living and working in it and making vlogs about it. I'll leave a link to her channel in the description below. But she's over here in the UK on a massive 3 or 4 week tour of the country, going to pretty much the whole of the UK as far as I can tell, in a very packed schedule. But she wanted to come and see Narrowboat, so I invited her aboard. As it happens, King's Orchard Marina is not only a marina for narrowboats, but is a caravan campsite as well. So an incredibly fortuitous bit of luck that I happen to be near there and can easily pop back, and that's what I've done. I've brought the boat back here, moored it up on the pontoons, and Karen should be turning up a little later on. It's the one and only Travelling K.
Once we'd said our hellos, Karen needed to settle into the campground, which involved some very impressive reversing with the caravan. She took it over to the private campsite spaces and backed it up to the bushes. Karen is clearly well practised. If I tried that, the caravan would end up in the canal, I suspect. With the caravan parked, the car could be unhitched and stabilised, which seems to involve a lot of winding things around. That done, I asked Karen to explain for you who she is and what she does.
Well, I live full-time in a UK caravan in New Zealand and travel around and just share what this lifestyle's like. I actually just started my own travel blog as kind of my own project, and that kind of started to grow, and then I did a video and I got a really good reaction from friends, so I just kind of started doing more and it slowly grew from there.
How is it you ended up choosing this lifestyle?
I had been travelling around and I got back to New Zealand and decided I wanted my own home after jumping around too much. And I started saving for a house deposit and realised that wasn't really going to happen in Auckland. Like, the house prices have gone a little bit insane. So I started looking at van videos and, canal boat videos and tiny houses, and ended up settling on the idea of a caravan. It was affordable. And I also like the idea of being able to leave the caravan somewhere and be able to drive to work if I needed to. So that was and it seemed like a small apartment on wheels.
So what are you doing over here?
My largest audience on YouTube is in the UK. Yeah, caravanning industry is big here. So I kind of wanted to come over, meet other YouTubers and meet some of my fans over here. I've made it to the Lake District, Whitby, then I'm off to Snowdonia, and then I'm around to Cotswolds, Brighton, New Forest area. It's really nice to meet other caravanners here and just have a chat about what it's like.
Let's have a look around the caravan and see how it compares to the narrowboat. You've got a saloon area with seating at the front, kitchen behind that with all mod cons including microwave, good-sized fridge, gas oven and hob, and a sink for washing up. There's plenty of overhead storage. Behind the kitchen is the bathroom, consisting of a decent-sized shower cubicle and a cassette toilet with hand basin. The bedroom is at the back, a good-sized bed with just enough space to squeeze around the side to get to the cupboards and storage underneath. Back at the marina, I asked Karen how it compared with narrowboats.
Caravan's all about lightweight. Weight is an issue, so it's all about the fake wood in here. So, I don't know, canal boat, more solid, well crafted. I was curious to look into your solar panel setup, because I've noticed caravanning here, everyone seems to plug in. I was curious about security. I was curious about where you'd find more, where would you stay for the night? How do you find places? How is it different from turning up at a campground, with a caravan?
Well, there's only one way to properly experience narrowboating, and that's to have a go. So we unhitched the lines, fired up the diesel engine, and backed the boat out of its marina mooring to go back onto the Coventry Canal for the short cruise up to Fradley Junction. The first order of business is to get out of the marina with zero visibility, so I sent Karen to the bow to give me a thumbs up on whether any traffic was coming along. There wasn't, so we turned out with no problem and headed north. As I filmed Karen, she filmed for her vlog, but it wasn't long before I suggested she took the tiller and had a go at steering my home, which she took to like a duck to a canal. Luckily, we had another beautiful day, and remarkably little boating traffic coming the other way, which was most unexpected. Let's have a few seconds of gliding through the water. Hark at me getting all arty with shots of the boat. The scenery will look familiar if you saw the last vlog, because this is of course exactly the same stretch of canal. It's just an hour and a half to Fradley where you can turn around, so quite the handy little jaunt for a boating demo, and Karen seemed to be having fun. At Fradley we paused for an ice cream at the Swan, but then I needed to turn the boat, so dispatched Karen up the towpath with instructions to open the swing bridge for me. It's very handy having crew aboard for times like this. Now I just had to turn the boat and not cock it up in front of everyone sitting outside the pub on this lovely day. It's slightly awkward from this direction because you're heading towards a T-junction, so I found it easier to do this as a 3-point turn, first to the left, backwards a bit, and then forwards round the corner the way I came. What was less helpful was that the Swan Army, of course, decided to swim en masse down this corridor towards me, which is only wide enough for the boat. In essence, they were going to get squished if they didn't move. I put the engine on tick over, and with much Swan indignation, they changed their plans and shuffled back out until I was clear, but they really didn't want to. I could then pick up Karen again, who'd shut the swing bridge behind us. I asked her what she thought of narrowboating.
It was peaceful. Slow, but very peaceful. Steering the boat, I'm surprised at how long it is, so you can't really see into the water at the front. And it reacts slowly, so you'll want to correct yourself and then you start drifting too far the other way. So it's an interesting concept. I absolutely love it. It was so peaceful, so relaxing. I think if you didn't have to be anywhere quickly, that would be the ideal way to travel. Slow travel.
Back to the marina in a flash, and I'm sure you'll forgive me giving Karen a chance to plug her YouTube channel and what's coming up on it in the next few weeks.
Driving in the UK is completely different to driving in New Zealand, so my next few videos are sharing my stressful experience so with the beautiful historical sites of the UK. So I suppose that's, if you want to see my impressions of driving in the UK, feel free to come over to the channel.